What's up, YouTube? Today we back with another reaction video. It's your boy Flashy Fluke. Don't forget to go to the Discord in the bio. It's a Discord in the bio. Go to the Discord and join the Discord. In that Discord, I'm gonna be doing e-dates, chopping it up with people. If y'all got a brand or anything, just send a brand in the Discord. Even in the Discord, like I'm gonna be in there daily too. I'm gonna be in there every single day. So once y'all join, I'm gonna be able to talk to y'all in that Discord, like personally, like talk to y'all, get to know whoever on my YouTube and watching my channel, so y'all can either tell me like react to this, react to that, or even send funny videos and I'm gonna just react to them and post them. Like I'm gonna react to all y'all funny videos and I'm gonna just post them and see what's going on in the Discord. It's a chat room basically. So go to the Discord and comment down below. But right now, we're reacting to the moment she realized you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that for the YouTube purpose of things. 2 people. So let's react to this. It was, what does it say? It was supposed to be a beautiful Easter morning
in 2021. What happened next would never be forgotten for this family. We've been tracking this case for the last 2.5 years. After dozens of open records requests and the hiring of an attorney, we finally obtained the records related to this tragic incident and go in depth on the story behind it. 911 calls detail the seriousness behind what took place.
April 4, 2021, 10:32:35.
Please inquire with the address of your emergency.
Yes, there's been a severe car accident on Highway 42.
What's the cross
County
street?
Road 42. What's the cross street? Bubble Barn. County Road 5.
Okay, how many vehicles?
Happened. Two vehicles.
Is anybody injured?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of injuries?
We don't know. We're driving past
Hey,
it.
don't drink and drive. I truly support that. Don't drink and drive. They ain't say don't smoke and drive.
Okay,
So, but don't drink or don't do drugs, don't do nothing while y'all driving. This is just all respect off
Like I said,
of,
we
like,
have a lot of help on the way. Thank you for calling.
you have to focus on the road because it really can get
911,
bad. For real.
is this a life or death emergency?
Especially if you don't want to put your life in danger. So do what you gotta do to be safe, for real.
Hold on. 42 and 1.
But I don't know. Whatever's by the bubble
What
bar.
happened?
The red car was turning like by the
Tell me what happened. Accident or I can't
A car
understand.
crash. Yes, a car crash.
Is
A car
anyone
crash.
injured?
Yes.
Okay, is it blocking traffic? I need someone to talk to me.
The car's on fire. There's one car on fire.
A car's on fire from it? Which car's on fire?
The white car, the Chrysler car's on fire.
Okay, do you see flames or just smoke?
Yes, there's flames and smoke.
Okay, is anyone in the vehicle that's on fire?
No,
It don't matter. It don't matter what they talking about. Is anybody in the vehicle on fire? She said help. That's all you gotta do. Say help as soon as possible. Like, why is she sitting up there trying to go back and forth with her? Like, is this and that? Do you got this? Do you got that? What's your insurance? What you do last week? She asked her like questions like how old, like, bruh, it don't even matter. Come and save the day. Like, dang. What you do last week? Oh, okay. Well, this is what I did last week. Bruh, we not trying to hear none of that. Like, we not trying to hear none of that.
not in the vehicle, but the car and the SUV, there's somebody that is not conscious.
Just stay on the line with me. I have lots of help on the way. Are you involved or are you just passerby?
No, I'm a passerby, but my friend's brother and sister were in the car that just got hit.
Court testimony held at a later date details the moments before officers arrived. After witnessing a horrific crash, witnesses say they approached the white vehicle and found one passenger to be severely injured, but alive. Bystanders pulled her out of the car while it was on fire, likely saving her life. She would not have been able to do this on her own due to her injuries, which included a broken ankle, broken backbones, and 2 broken ribs. She also suffered from a deep laceration caused by the seatbelt into her stomach, exposing her intestines underneath her shirt. The driver of that same vehicle was able to get out on his own and sustained minor injuries. As officers arrive, they witness the injured passenger on the ground and recognize that civilians have stepped up to help.
Hello,
Thanks for tending to her.
Their next priority is to check on the occupants of the red vehicle. The damage is plainly obvious, as the red vehicle was struck with such a force that it was ripped into 2 pieces.
Is everyone out? You think everyone's out here? There's one in here. Okay. I didn't feel a pulse though. Okay.
No fire extinguishers? I'm not too concerned about that. Is there still a person in here?
2 in here. Got a driver and one in the back seat.
Damn. They really smashed in that whip too, like.
45, 122,
that's
86.
crazy.
We've got 2 trap inside of a vehicle.
Oh,
that we need to
hell
be pried out.
Hey, y'all,
I don't know if they've got
drive
either the 2 have a pulse.
No.
Okay, I understand your concern.
Yeah.
I'll just have you wait back here. Thank you.
I'm not getting a pulse on the back seat.
These people aren't coming out of this vehicle, right?
Nope.
Am I seeing that right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate your assistance. Thank you.
I'm a former EMT.
Oh, you are? All right.
He talking about it's over. They gone. He's talking about I'm a former. Nah, bro, it's over. Boy.
All right, and we know that nobody's in this one.
Everybody out?
Okay, we're clear here.
Okay.
All right.
Better get away from that white car.
I'm going to try to maintain some kind of a perimeter here.
What?
Who's in the car?
Mom, don't get in the car. I'll give it to you later. Please get them to the hospital now. I will give it to you. I will give it to you all right now. Just get them to the hospital now. She has a huge cut right here on her neck.
Well, did you see what happened, or you just heard videoing?
I just saw this and I came over.
Okay, so you did see it happen, or you didn't?
No, I didn't see the accident.
Okay, all right. Right behind you. Is there anything I can do to help get this person out?
Check a pulse on that.
We weren't getting a pulse on these people.
Y'all ain't even check. Alright, old girl screaming, crying, yelling, get her.
Were you in the car? Were you in the car? The passenger or the driver?
She's a passenger.
Miss, can I just have you switch your whole keys right quick? Yes, please.
It's kind of loud on my head.
See if we can get an ID on these
All
two
that wind blowing.
This is her sister. She wasn't in the car. She was in a different car. Her sister was in the white car.
Her sister was in.
Sienna.
Officers gathered information and got most of the story put together. The individuals in the red car, Dalton and Taylor, were struck by the white car, driven by Leon Bond III with his twin sister, Sienna, in the front passenger seat. Their older sister, Camille Lachey Dennis Bond, was driving alongside them in a separate and seemingly uninvolved black vehicle with her best friend in the passenger seat, Lynn. Lynn was the one to make the 911 call at the beginning of this video. After the crash, Camille stopped down the street in the middle of the road and ran towards the accident on foot. According to court testimony, Camille got out of the car so fast she forgot to put the car in park, but Lynn noticed and did it for her from the passenger seat. Officers quickly realized this may be a criminal investigation involving multiple fatalities and that extreme speeds were likely involved. Accordingly, they quickly identify Camille as a key person of interest. Officers will eventually obtain video evidence of the crash itself to further support Camille's involvement. We will go over that footage later in this video.
Down for speed.
Ma'am, can't go over there right now. We got a car on fire. It's not safe.
I don't know.
Here, Camille is immediately placing blame on the other driver. She doesn't hesitate to use profanities towards Taylor, who she incorrectly believes was driving the red car.
I think we're going to call 1072. Okay. 45 122. There's going to be two 1072s.
Officers unfortunately discover the two individuals in the red car, Dalton Lee Ford and Taylor Nicole Garza, have been killed in the crash. The couple was 22 years old. They had plans to celebrate Easter with their families that morning.
How do they even know that?
Really disrespect. Well, and I asked all of them, did you see what happened? Or are you just here to video? Yeah, doing their commentary and shit.
Yeah, witnesses over here. Okay. So we'll need to start talking to them. Okay. Hi there. Hey.
Officers begin questioning witnesses to hopefully figure out exactly what happened.
So whenever we get another...
Can you help look back?
Y'all didn't like wipe his face off. You got flash drive. Yeah, we were all going back to my house so we could get dressed and go.
So basically they're all friends, I guess. Are they all friends? They all know each other? Well, two cars, I think the white and the black car know each other. But the red car is probably somebody else. That's what I'm guessing. I don't even know how exactly it happened, but that's what the cops are trying to figure out, bro. Nah, that's sad. That's crazy. That's crazy. Keep your eyes on the road. Don't speed.
Ma'am, I can't even go over here right now.
Wait, right here by the KFC.
Have them meet you down at Caribou.
Yeah. I had to get him out. I didn't park my car. It was falling down the hill. I had to get him out. How did it better be dead?
Hey, man, can I get the phone you had? Your friend would like it back. Yeah,
My mom is here, but her car is up there.
okay. Is your car still drivable?
So they all friends.
Is she dead? Is she dead? That's all I need to know.
I have no idea.
Well, she better be. If she's not, I'm stuffing her in the head.
Dang.
I'm going to my car.
Why don't we wait here for a second?
No.
I don't think
So,
you're able
whoa, that just took a turn for the worse. She said, is she, gone? If she not, I'm going to make sure she gone. Whoa. What is she talking about? You hurt that bad that some things you can't, that you say you really can't take back. Stuff like that you cannot take back. Stuff like that you can't take back. I ain't gonna lie. You don't wish death upon nobody. That's crazy.
I'm fine.
No, I don't think
I'm going to my sister. I'm going to my Camille, she left. Camille, she left.
She's gone.
She freaking out.
Eve Online.
Man, get that crash out up out of there. They about to arrest her. Word. She crashing out. They about to arrest her.
She's gone. Yeah, it's that one.
I will stay here. My car is fine though. That's what I'm saying. It's fine. I'm not moving here. I just need my phone and my shoes.
That's what I'm gonna get for you.
Okay.
Just stay right here, please. Hi, I'm Nat. I know.
Look at my baby.
I'm sorry.
Is she dead?
Your sister or no?
No, that bitch.
I don't know. Man. I'm very sorry I can't give that information, but we just want you to be safe right now.
I'm fine.
Oh,
I just
so
want
it's
my stuff. I'm not going anywhere.
the red car and the white car friends,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
You didn't get my phone.
I mean the black car and the red
Your
car
car might be locked, so we
are
can't
friends.
find
It's
it.
not. My keys are in
The
the
white
car.
car.
It's not gonna lock.
That's somebody else though.
Where's your phone?
Them two people that they
It's
took
in the
from
car.
out the
It's
ground.
connected to the. It's connected to a white plug.
Okay.
I have to get it. My mom's gonna call me.
I think he has it. It's with your shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it in his hand.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But the tried to hit him. They said he tried to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he tried to hit him.
Easy. Right here. All right. You're the auntie? Okay. All right. No, right over there.
They went to the hospital.
They went to Richmond.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go.
And they're both.
Passengers in the white car are okay.
What about the other people?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Let's get you off this.
Nah, the people are
Go
dumb.
on the other side of the road.
I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to the hospital. I work there.
We'll get it taken care of, man.
Okay. All right, I gotta go get my truck over there.
Okay.
Sterling, you stay with Camille.
Let me walk with you.
Okay. Oh my God.
All right, guys. Do we
Are
want to
both
move?
of them going to Hennepin County Medical Center?
They're either going to Hennepin or Ridgeview. Ridgeview is closer.
Well, I was told that Tiana was going to Ridgeview Medical because this is both of her children.
Yeah. So then they're going to Ridgeview, which is in Burnsville.
They're going to the Ridgeview Hospital that's in Burnsville.
Ooh wee, it's a lot going on. Ooh wee. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot.
That's the one in Burnsville.
I hope that she is because she
Why is
was.
that
car like that?
Because the tried to beat him.
Can you talk to her? Because she just said that they just passed that hospital.
She tried to beat him, and we all tried to go around her so he wouldn't hit her.
They went to county in Minneapolis.
They both went to county in Minneapolis.
And she tried to beat him
Guys,
still.
let's move to this
And then
next
she
corner,
tried to
okay?
go around him.
I don't know why they
Just
took
gonna
them
try
over
and
there,
clear up the
Mama.
road,
I don't
okay?
know.
Leon is fine, but Sienna has a big cut right here. Her knee's gonna come out of it.
Camille's sitting with me.
We're still,
Okay.
we have to wait for the medical examiner to get here before we can touch any of the cars. You could expedite, we're going to go 10:15 with this female. So what was your first name?
Camille.
Okay, Camille, here's what's going to happen is we're going to be placing you under arrest
Why?
for criminal vehicular operation.
How?
Well, you were racing your brother.
No, I was not.
So here's what we're going to do. We have to examine all of our phones and that type of stuff. So, like I said, we can go two ways. If we have to put you in handcuffs, we're going to take
That's
it back to our station and talk to you.
crazy.
Nobody
And
was
do-
racing. We were going 65.
Okay. So, I understand that.
Even if
Okay, so say you think you're
Nobody-
going 65?
We weren't even going that fast, and I watched it. That's the thing. I watched it,
Okay.
and he was even behind me.
So who squealed out at the intersection there? Do you
What was
know?
that?
Who squealed out back at that intersection way down there? You
That-
have a witness that said that somebody
No,
had smoke
we
pouring
didn't.
over the tires.
No,
and stuff?
we did not. We left at the same time. Nobody had wheels nor nothing.
They going off
That
of what
whoever
people
told you that is
saying.
lying, and I'm just gonna say it like this: whoever told you who said that, most likely is probably white, and I know it is.
This wouldn't be the first time Camille has claimed being prejudiced against while being accused of a crime. Before the day of the crash, Camille held several speeding tickets in her records, even though she was just 19 years old. Her first ticket listed she was traveling 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, 20 miles over the speed limit. Her second speeding charge was for going 58 miles in a 45-mile.
Ooh. Once they got you in them records, boy. No cap. When they got you in them records for them tickets, you better keep your record clean. You can't keep on making the same mistakes. Because it's never about racism. Trust me, this ain't about racism. This is about doing the right thing. I ain't gonna lie. And sometimes it do come off like that, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Sometimes it do come off like that. But in this situation, if somebody is identifying like cars, they don't really know, like, especially if you got tint. Look like she ain't have tint, but if they're identifying cars that's going a certain speed limits, they not thinking about race. They just thinking about how cars are driving. But I don't know. That you mentioning racism probably won't get you out of your situation. The best thing that'll get you out of this situation is being calm and just telling them that like you probably just gonna have to go through that process.
An hour zone,
You gonna have to
13
go through
miles
that
over
process.
the speed limit. However, the ticket details that she was very argumentative with the officer in this situation. The report shares that she argued she was pulled over due to her loud music and her being black, then claimed she was traveling that speed on a hill. And then when the officer handed her the ticket, she crumpled it up and tossed it into the passenger seat of her vehicle. Her third ticket was listed as duty to drive with due care speed, where no specific speed data is cited. More details on more of her tickets will be covered shortly.
We were not racing, no, none of that.
You weren't racing at all?
No, I told him, for a simple fact, I'm gonna tell you just like this.
Racing.
For a simple
Racing
fact,
and
we are
what's that?
black. It is a
Impala?
nice day outside. I know that the police are out. We see the state troopers out. We were not going fast. I said, we're gonna just go the speed limit up here. He said, okay. His car has more horsepower than mine does. So obviously it's gonna sound like it because I know how the engine sounds. And I'm gonna spit fact. My car is slow. But I was in front, so he knows I was in front. Obviously, I'm gonna be in front because he's gonna follow my lead. We were not going fast. She gassed on it. When I mean she gassed on it, she didn't see him because he was behind me. Actually, my car was up there, but I moved it up here because it was rolling back and it was still in drive. I don't want to mess up my transmission. She gassed on it to try to beat him.
Okay, so I appreciate you telling me all that type of stuff. So, like I said, our process is this, okay?
Please don't do that.
So,
I'm already black and it already looks bad
it
enough.
has nothing to do with race, man. We have 2 people that are dead right now caused by an accident.
Because
that you and
she
your brother
gassed on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that has
that's
nothing to
not.
do with me and my brother.
Okay,
we were not speeding. What do you not understand?
You know what the speed limit is on here?
Yes, it's 55. We were going 60.
Okay.
It's not my problem that she wanted to be a dumb
Even if it was
and try to
50.
beat us. That's not my problem.
Okay, doing it to that situation, she wasn't racing. She wasn't racing. But y'all can't just put that. That's crazy. They can't just put that on her. Like, if she was going over the speed limit, that doesn't mean she was racing. That don't mean that she was racing. Somebody else, situations do come upon like that where people just try to be faster than other people. Like, on the roads, depending on where you at, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people try to take over the road. They try to be faster than you, try to cut you off and go faster than you depending on where you live. And I know where I'm from, bro, they do this all the time. Like, they don't cut you off. But if y'all side by side, one car is gonna go fast, gonna try to pick up the speed to just go faster than the other. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is, but cars be doing that. Like,
You placing me under arrest for something that we did not do? We have digital dashes, bro.
We're gonna get all that.
We have digital dashes.
So
therefore, we were going 60.
So you don't have to yell at me.
I have to because you don't understand.
Okay, so here's what is gonna happen.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You're not placing me under
Jay,
arrest
you're
or
under
anything.
arrest. Okay, sorry.
Yes. Baby, I love you. I love all of you guys.
Stay there.
Let's stay, please, baby.
You're gonna be in handcuffs in a minute if you don't stay over there.
Please, baby, I love you guys. I love all you guys.
Let's go put on a trooper.
I love you, Mom. Yep. Yeah, and yes, they did use force, and I was not resisting.
So, miss, what we'll do is we'll take a statement from you and everything you said
Can you take me out of these, please?
when we get back to our station, okay?
Love you guys.
Can you, Jay, you want to pat her down quick?
I don't have anything.
I know, I gotta make sure.
There's nothing in my ass. I ain't even got no drawers on.
Just listen,
I ain't
okay?
even got no f***ing drawers on.
Okay, listen.
While both Leon and Camille were arrested that day, they were both released shortly after pending charges. However, prosecutors did charge and arrested the driver of the white vehicle that made contact in the crash, Leon Bond III, who faced charges 6 months later.
The in-depth coverage you've seen so far has been made
Dang.
possible because of the support of our
That's
sponsors like
crazy.
Morgan & Morgan. We've brought you mind-boggling video of crashes like these for years. But what happens to the victims? Apart from sometimes serious injuries, they can face months of paperwork, enormous medical bills, and life-changing impacts. But when you're seriously hurt
hey, why they going in a circle for?
for years. But what happens to the victims? Apart from sometimes serious injuries,
Bruh,
they can
why
face
is that
months of
car just
paperwork,
driving in a
enormous
circle,
medical bills,
like,
and life-changing impacts?
they in the
But
car
when you're
fighting.
seriously hurt, you could be entitled
Dang,
to millions
that's
of dollars
crazy.
in damages. Stop getting lowballed, and you could pair up with a proven winner, the largest personal injury
I
law
ain't
firm in the
gonna lie.
nation. Morgan & Morgan has a huge network of over 1,000
Man, this
attorneys
ain't
and
no
offices in
sponsorship.
every state. They've won significant or find the link in the description.
Leon was ultimately tried as a juvenile. This was despite the efforts to try him as an adult, including a delinquency petition and a petition for adult verification, both of which were denied. Because he was tried as a juvenile, the details surrounding his case are not readily available or public. However, we do know some things, which includes a peek into Leon's school history with fights. One appellate case reveals that Leon's mother legally...
Okay, Man, I almost just crashed out. I don't get it, cause why does like people try to put on record, right, that okay, you have did something. Say you got into fights in high school. Once you get out of high school, who's saying that you that type of person still? Like, that's high school. Just because he got in fights in high school, that's high school. Like, especially if he go to, like, a public school or something. Like, if he not at one, he probably not at one of the one schools that's just, like, a prep school that he just in there trying to do sports and just, like, you know, just trying to learn and stuff. He probably went to one of the one schools where they was in there. It was like that. But it really don't. I'm just saying... What I'm trying to say is, why does your records and everything on your records have to be like that is you now? People change every single day. People can change every single day. And people are changing for the better. Like, real life. People are changing for the better. But I don't get it. A lot like the government, they still, when they got you in the system, bruh, they try to hold that against you every time you make a move.
He went after a school official when he attempted to prevent a fight that involved Leon, his two sisters, and another student. The case accuses the school official of dislocating Leon's arm while attempting to prevent the fight. This case was ultimately denied by the court due to there being a lack of willful or malicious wrong in the school official's actions. While Leon's case was being determined, Camille was also charged 6 months after the crash with charges surrounding her direct involvement by drag racing. During that 6-month period before her arrest, Camille got pulled over and charged for driving on a revoked license. Her license was revoked due to her failing to address her 3 previous speeding charges. She then got another speeding ticket that listed her going 59 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, 24 miles over the speed limit. In that pullover, she stated she was going downhill as the reason she was traveling so fast. In October of 2021, she was issued an arrest warrant and faced 2 counts of third-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal vehicular homicide, 1 count of criminal vehicular operation resulting in
2 counts of third-degree murder, reckless, not... And think about that. She wasn't even like... She didn't even cause the crash. The crash was caused because the people behind them, behind both of her and her peoples, I guess, were speeding. And they was trying to get around them. And then they claimed that they were all racing. Vehicle homicide, 1 count of criminal vehicle operation resulting in great bodily harm, and 1 count of careless driving. I mean, she do got a lot of like stuff on her. She do got a lot of stuff on her record. Shit. You just got charged for 3rd degree, 2 counts of 3rd degree. Man, if you should have drove you should have got up out of there so fast. I would have been at the house like, yo, y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all at the hospital? All right, cool. I'm at the crib, man. Let me know. Let me know when, you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy.
great bodily harm, and 1 count of careless driving. The warrant she was issued revealed more details surrounding the incident, including a deeper look into post-event interviews and forensic research. The report detailed surveillance footage that shows the intersection they started the race at. Witness testimony shares that the two exchanged a conversation here, pertaining to whose car could accelerate faster. After that alleged conversation, the 2 cars take off well ahead of the other vehicles surrounding them. Another surveillance camera captures the impact. Moments before, you can see just how long it takes for this uninvolved vehicle to enter the right side of the frame and pass the area where the crash happens. When Camille and Leon's vehicles zoom by moments later, it takes roughly half the time. A crash reconstruction report reveals data obtained by the airbag control module in Leon's vehicle. The report indicated Leon and his sister Camille, who was traveling alongside him, were going 114 miles per hour.
Oh man, the brother can't drive. Bro can't drive. Do not race on the street if you can't drive. I'm going to keep that real with y'all right now. Do not race on the street if your car ain't got no traction in the wheels, no good brakes, or you can't drive. If you think my car faster than yours, no, stop it. Because if you don't know how to control a car while it's spinning out or anything, it's over with. You got to learn how to control your car. Dang, that's crazy.
Just 5 seconds before the crash, 64 miles over the posted 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. Court documents also indicated Leon and Camille were over 3 football fields away when Dalton and Taylor started to take the turn. They traveled roughly 3/4 of a mile after taking off from the intersection before crashing. Her and her brother's vehicle were traveling between 93 and 106 miles an hour before Leon's vehicle struck Dalton and Taylor. The day after her arrest on October 29, 2021, Camille posted a $75,000 non-cash bond, which came with conditions that notably did not exclude her driving privileges, allowing her to drive despite the seriousness behind her case. 2 months after her release on bond, court records indicate she got in a car accident where she claimed another driver was at fault. She issued a small claims case to the court for the other individual to pay a sum greater than $4,500. In the following year, she won this court case due to the other party not showing up. She was given yet another speeding ticket in May of 20.
Oh, she in the government. She working the government for show. She not going for none of that. But nah, that situation with y'all speeding, that was y'all. But she came back with justice. I ain't gonna lie. Boss, hold on. Let me put this dog in his cage. Come here. Sorry, bro. Come on. Go.
22. This time she was caught going 83 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, 23 miles over the speed limit. In this pullover, the ticket cites that Camille was unaware of the speed limit, cried.
Why are you driving so fast and why I keep stuttering? Why are you driving so fast? There's no need for you to be driving fast. You in a Malibu, you in an Impala. It ain't like you in a supercar. There's no need for you to be driving fast. She probably need an oil change every 2 minutes. Man, you should not be trying to drive fast. You be cruising, going to work, going back home.
And explained to the officer that she had a bad experience with law enforcement before and was afraid of cops. State records allegedly showed her car's registration was expired despite the stickers on her car displaying she was up to date. In January of 2023, 3 months shy of 2 years after the car crash, news reports indicate that Camille's brother Leon pled guilty to 2 counts of third-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years of prison that same month.
Oh, that hurt the soul. I ain't about to sit up here and cap. That hurt the soul. That hurt the soul. Let me get this charger. Man, that hurt the soul. Cause ain't no way. Man, what I gotta say for y'all, man, do not be speeding. Don't speed or don't drive fast if you don't know how to drive fast. There is no reason for you to drive fast. There's no reason for you to be speeding, because these situations happen all the time. Just because you think you about to start racing, you about to go fast, you thinking that, oh, this can't happen to me. Nah, it can happen to everybody. You on the road just like everybody else.
Because inmates only have to serve 2/3 of their sentence before transferring to probation,
But
this means he should be out of jail in 16 years and 8 months,
My
or in
people's always
September
told
of
me
2039,
a hard
when
head
he
make
is
a soft
36
ass. I
years
swear to
old.
God.
However, rules apply differently for
Niggas
juvenile
got
cases.
whooped, boy.
Here is
They
an
just
image posted on what
25 to
appears to be
lightning.
Leon's
25
Facebook
to
page,
lightning.
posted in September of
Off of
2023,
you just
where he
trying to
seems
race
to be
up
under
the
house
street.
arrest. He
Think about
proudly
that.
holds what looks to be $1,000 in cash with a smile on his face. Because Leon was being tried as a juvenile, he was put on probation until the age of 21, with a stayed sentence of 25 years in prison. As long as Leon doesn't break probation by age 21, his sentence will be considered served. In mid-2024, Leon turned 21 and successfully completed his probation. His sentence for murdering Dalton and Taylor is considered served. His sister, who operated the other racing
so he
vehicle,
was-
Camille Dennis Bond, faced a slew of charges as an adult for her involvement, making her case information more readily available. Through court deliberations, Camille's defense team would not only argue that she was not at fault due to her not being in the vehicle that struck Taylor and Dalton, but would go as far as to say Dalton should have yielded before the turn, and even suggested Dalton was at fault for the crash. In this section of the video, we will cover the surprising court deliberations that brought the case to its conclusion. In court, several factors were brought to light through witness and expert testimonies. While there are some notable instances of witnesses ascribing the scene to being horrific and the worst thing they have ever experienced, some more frustrating revelations deemed that Camille and her brother Leon were not only reckless with their actions, but continued to be reckless after bystanders had told them to slow down prior to the crash. Court testimony details that a bystander noticed descriptions of Camille's and Leon's vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed past her house in a residential neighborhood. This frustrated the witness, as it was Easter Sunday, and there were children outside. This witness noticed that the pair parked down the street from her residence, so she decided to walk down to the cars to tell them to slow down. This witness's testimony matched the descriptions of Camille, her passenger friend Lynn, and the description of the vehicles Camille and her brother were driving. After the neighbor had spoke to them directly about slowing down, she claims the cars then sped past her on the road as she was walking back to her home, which was an inferred attempt at retaliation. This neighbor then tried calling 911 at 10:28 over their reckless behavior, roughly 4 minutes before the crash happened. Unfortunately, it appears the call didn't connect, and the neighbor decided to let it go, seeing as she only had a partial license plate to work with. A couple days later, when she saw a news article involving the vehicles, she claims to have recognized the plate based off the partial she had, causing her to call the authorities to inform them of the racing activity she saw the pair engage.
Man, that must be one of them Karens. I claim it, this and that, man. Stay in your own lane. If you ain't see it, then stay out the mix, because that's how people get hurt. No cap. That's how people get hurt. Even though you really trying to say today, okay, of course, yes, but you're not a cop. Don't be a cop if you're not a cop. Mind your business. But we understand that why she did it, because it's kids in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's understandable. That's some, why are you doing that in a neighborhood where you see kids playing outside? They cross the street, they run around. Like, don't do that. But still, nowadays, that's how you get hurt, being a snitch. No cap. And that's why they probably kept going, like, man, we not listening to her. And depending on who said and how you said, you can make them slow down. Depending on who telling them, for real. Depending on who telling them, you can make them, like, this situation to happen, so it could be an eye-opener. Some people like to address things some people address things trying to tell you instead of warning you. Like, don't tell me nothing. Warn me. And then if it happened, okay, you warn me. Let me get back. I might have to stop. Like,
Engaged in earlier that morning. If that wasn't
crazy,
jarring enough, the prosecuting attorney also called up Lynn, the passenger in Camille's car, and revealed Camille and Leon's lack of remorse over the whole situation. Lynn claims that she was best friends with Camille, but ceased the relationship over the morality of the situation. Lynn supported the neighbor's claim that Camille and Leon were not driving safe in the neighborhood, and confirmed that the neighbor had spoken to both Camille and Leon Leon. She also shared that, in the moments before the pair sped off at the intersection, Camille and Leon exchanged a conversation through their car windows over who could accelerate faster. Camille in past interrogations claimed that this was true, though she informed her brother not to go faster than 55 miles an hour so that they wouldn't be pulled over. Lynn's testimony contradicted that claim, citing the pair never talked about speed limits. During her testimony, Lynn admitted she was scared during her 911 call because she had realized the car Camille was driving could have just as easily impacted Dalton and Taylor's vehicle. She shared that Camille was largely concerned about the damage to the car and the condition of her siblings, but that nobody went to the red car and that Camille was unremorseful. Lynn also detailed that at a time after the crash during a birthday party, Camille and Leon, among other family members, held a conversation blaming the red car for the accident despite their excessive speeds. She further shares that the Bond family seemed to only care about their own family being injured and held no empathy or sadness for Dalton or Taylor's passing. Lynn also...
Dang, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, nothing. Hey, I don't know what to say about that.
Cited that she stopped being friends with Camille after the birthday party because she felt sad, traumatized, and remorseful, while Camille felt differently. Other witnesses appeared on the stand to share their opinions of Camille and Leon's driving. One witness shared they told others after witnessing their speeds that they're going to kill somebody moments before the crash. Other witnesses added more claims to Camille's words on scene, including, "The f***ing better be..."
Why they doing that? Like, these people, where are they coming from? Who is saying this?
"Dead or I'll find her and kill her," and "You stupid dumb ass effing white bitch." Others sharing, "In all the years I've been driving, I've never seen two cars drive like that before." And that witnesses found it jarring. Camille didn't attempt to help her injured sister, but was able to maintain threatening 2 fatal crash victims. The defense's argument that Dalton and Taylor's vehicle should have yielded brought frustrations to witnesses taking the stand. One individual having what appears to be a heated back and forth over the perceived ridiculousness of his argument. One professional opinion on the stand debunked the defense's right-of-way argument, citing that, statutorily, the right-of-way vehicle loses that claim if they are speeding, and in this case, the vehicles were estimated to be traveling over twice the speed limit. That same professional opinion cited data that showed if the 2 vehicles were not drag racing and were traveling the speed limit, Dalton and Taylor would have easily cleared the intersection without contact. A jury court would unanimously convict her on all of her charges. In closing statements prior to determining Camille's sentencing, countless contributions from the community shared how the case, and particularly the loss of Dalton and Taylor, impacted their lives. Taylor's father shared that he'll never forget the scream his wife, Taylor's mother, let out the day 2 police officers came to their home to inform them of their daughter's death. He shares that the sound still haunts him to that day. Dalton's older brother Dylan, a pastor, shared that if Camille's family remained blind to her guilt, that she would remain guilty on the day of her judgment, and God would strike her down for the murderer that she is. Friends of the family shared frustrations with Leon's life.
Due to their ages, they just kids. Dude was a minor. She was 22 and they racing. But you know right from wrong. But in our generation, that's going on now with the speeding, track hawks and all that, and yeah, they don't care. They ride fast, they drifting, they sliding, they not thinking about nothing. They just sliding they whips. But dang, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Well,
sentence, sharing that they hated the court system for giving him such an easy break. They also shared that rules do not apply to Camille and that she will kill again. They referenced Camille's lack of remorse, pointing out that Camille turned to her mom, laughing and playing on her phone like it was any other day during breaks in court testimony. Documents revealed that the victim's family had just held a funeral the day prior for Dalton's grandfather. One cousin noted that the last photo they all took together as a family was that day. Veronica, Dalton's mom, pointed out frustrations with Camille's lack of remorse and her continued speeding infractions after the fact. Dalton's father, Jim, highlighted Camille and Leon's previous school fights, along with their alleged fistfight that broke out when they got in an accident with another driver. He also cited her claims of racial prejudice against her to be nothing of the sort when it came to Dalton and Taylor, sharing the pair had gone to Minneapolis in support of George Floyd, that Taylor had continually engaged in Native American culture and reservation programs, and that his son Dalton was involved in a mostly Hmong and Hispanic car club. He also highlights an alleged social media conversation Camille had where she mentioned going drag racing again only 45 days after the crash. Jim also cited numerous individuals who shared stories of Dalton's acceptance and openness to other people. He also mentioned that, shortly after the incident, he and Veronica had discussed a hypothetical scenario. Their scenario involved Camille and Leon's mom, Crystal, coming to their house, apologizing and begging for forgiveness. In this case, Jim claims Veronica would have gave her a hug, invited her into the house for coffee, and discussed the nightmare as mothers, one to another. They purposefully told the court to keep communications open between them and all individuals involved, in case this scenario came to a reality. A year after the incident, once Jim and Veronica saw their hypothetical scenario would never come to existence, they closed communication through the court system. In contrast, when Camille and Leon's mother Crystal took the stand, she denounced the notion that her children should be called murderers, citing a Webster's dictionary definition that mentioned premeditation, even though they were being tried for third-degree murder. She also claimed she feared Camille was going to become the next George Floyd, and said Veronica had, quote, verbally assaulted her for calling her a bad mother a year after the incident. When it came time for sentencing, the judge first cited his reasoning. He shared that, in my 40 years of being involved in the legal business in various aspects, I've never been involved in a case that's affected and impacted so many different people in so many different ways. He also pointed out frustrations that Leon was tried as a juvenile and wouldn't spend a day.
Nah, this is big. This is big because now it's going towards race. And I see why. But that don't mean you got the right to do anything. But still, you don't just... See, I could let y'all know what people fight against all day, every day. People fight against race. A lot of people fight against the system. They fight against the police, the government, everything. Some people fight against themselves even. They don't even know how to control themselves. There's so much stuff that people fight against. But that is crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And dude is a juvenile too. He not even grown yet.
In prison as long as he abides by his probation conditions. Before sharing the sentencing, he told Camille directly, I think you're in deep denial about what exactly your role played in this event. For her third-degree murder charges, she was sentenced with 150 months for one and 180 months for the other, which would be served concurrently with her sentence for criminal vehicular operation resulting in serious bodily harm, which amounted to 38 months. For the rest of her convictions, a sentence was not pronounced. Because all of her sentences run concurrently with each other, her total sentence is 180 months, or 15 years. In Minnesota, inmates must serve 2/3 of their total sentence, making her eligible for probation after 10 years. She was also permitted 107 days of jail credit. Her court...
that hurt, boy. You a pawn now. You a pawn. That hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that hurts. Seeing them sentences.
Fees were waived, but she was ordered to pay Dalton's mother nearly $30,000 in restitution, which would be deducted from prison wages and from pay she obtains while on probation. Using this information, having been sentenced in March of 2023, she will likely get out of prison at the tail end of the year in 2032, when she is 30 years old. After her sentencing, Camille submitted her case into the Court of Appeals to be retried. Her appellate case was effectively denied by the courts, sealing her sentence. While the records we obtained from the state pertained directly from Camille's involvement in the case, we were able to secure an interview with Dalton's mom, Veronica, to get more details surrounding Leon's case, and exactly how and why he was let off the hook so easily after being convicted for double murder.
Through those transcripts and through the body cam footage, it's wild to me that this case was not taken as seriously as it seems like it should have been.
You know, we don't wish a family to go through this. I mean,
Cases where a juvenile who is 16 or older is being tried for particularly violent offenses like this case, there is a presumption of certification, which means the juvenile is assumed to be tried as an adult. That is, unless they can specifically prove they would be rehabilitated through the juvenile system. This process for proof of rehabilitation in this case required a parole officer to organize a report, referred to as a certification study. Additionally, a psychologist conducts a psychological evaluation. This report often includes the seriousness of the crime, indications of mental health issues, their prior record, and their likelihood of rehabilitation in the juvenile system. These reports are then reviewed by the Extended Juvenile Jurisdiction Panel, or the EJJ panel for short. In this case, the 7-person panel then votes on if the accused should be tried as an adult or not. In Leon's case, Veronica made a startling discovery through her own investigations.
Leon was on probation.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sound, samples, instruments.
There's so much stuff that just happened. All I know is y'all stop racing in them streets. If you don't know how to drive, you don't need to be racing. You can go to a track. You can go to a track somewhere and race. You can go somewhere and race. You don't need to be racing in the streets. But I ain't gonna lie, it's fun to drive fast. But learn your speed limits. Know how to drive. Know what you doing. Know what you doing when you driving. And that's about it. That's all I gotta say. Know what you doing. You ain't gotta speed down the whole entire way. You ain't gotta, like, if you know you in a clear. Say you know you in a clear. Nothing is in front of you. You know that. Nothing in front of you. You could do a little speed test on your car and then slow down. And then you ain't gotta do it no more. Cruise. But that's just personally me. I don't really drive fast at all, though. Like, I've been stopped thinking about driving fast. Like, I'm more of a cruise type of, like, an AMG or like a Benz. Like, I like cool, like, I like driving smooth. Like, I don't really like driving fast. I already drove fast.
Leon was on probation at the time that he murdered Dalton and Taylor. His probation officer was the intake probation officer for the certification process.
Leon was already on probation at the time of the crash. Reports indicate this was likely due to his violent behavior in high school. What made this a troubling situation was the extended history the probation officer had with Leon. These prior efforts to push for rehabilitation could influence the probation officer to unjustly suggest a favorable outcome for Leon due to their personal attachment to the case. Unfortunately, it seems that's exactly what happened.
His current probation officer was the one that supplied all the information to the 7-panel EJJ members, and she left out all of his high school history. Girl, I think. She only went up till 8th grade.
And that, of course, influenced that panel.
Seat.
Correct.
Additionally, news reports indicate that the same probation officer was also one of the 7 members on the EJJ panel to vote for or against Leon's adult certification.
And it was a 4-3 vote, Harrison. I don't know. 4 said juvenile, 3 said adult.
In this case, that probation officer was one of the votes to not certify Leon as an adult.
So 1 vote with him being 80 days shy of 18 with a history, on probation for the 3rd time, 2 of them being assault charges. We just said that's a conflict of interest. And then they would come back and say, well, but the current PO is going to have the most history with that juvenile. Okay, but then that probation officer needs to give everybody the same information. The state forensic psychologist had everything, had all of his history from all the way through high school. The 7-member panel did not. So one of the changes
I hate
that
that,
we...
bruh. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. That's something that I hate. That people, they literally got your records of what you have done your whole entire life through your high school. Like, you really in it. Like, America is really a system. I do not like that. I don't know why. Something in my soul just don't sit right for people to have information like that about me. Like, y'all know me through high school up to like till I'm gone. Like I don't like that. I ain't gonna lie. But that's
that
like,
was made
especially,
was all reports given have to be the same. You cannot pick
I mean,
and choose
I said that's like
what
that's
members
America.
see what.
That's America.
The other one, the intake parole officer cannot be the juvenile's current probation officer.
Right.
The third change was with restitution.
That's why you better start
the
doing good
corrections
stuff.
department determined.
That's why I tell you better start doing good stuff. Start getting good stuff on your record and on your name, so you can get credit. You can get good stuff. You know, you get good credit. You get a lot of good stuff in America. You don't have to get bad stuff. Like, it's a lot of good stuff that you can get on your name. Like, even if you work in a job, different jobs, your recommendations, like anything, like you can do good in America. You just gotta be, you ain't gotta be that type of person that's trying to oversucceed and be the best in America. You can still do good and get good stuff on your record. Like, you ain't gotta, you know, you ain't gotta be always trying to be that type person. That
the amount of restitution.
Fast.
I had provided documentation showing, because Dalton, 22, didn't have life insurance, student loans, had a car payment. Restitution was approved upon at $29,000 and some change. It was whatever I submitted. Well, we got the documentation from the juvenile side, and it said, well, Leanna's only responsible to pay $8,500. And I went, why? It's $29,000 and some change. They're both equally guilty. I would have thought it just would have been split in half. Dakota County Juvenile Corrections set their own dollar amount. Most counties would leave it up to the judge. He's been out. Camille's in jail. You know, she doesn't have as good of an opportunity to pay this restitution as Leon does. Well, they did change that now. It's no longer up to juvenile corrections. It is up to the judge. They got rid of the cap. They, in essence, had a cap of $8,500. The state forensic psychologist came back and said, yes, adult. There is not enough time to rehabilitate him. There is not. He for the severity of the crime, he cannot be rehabilitated, or she didn't think. She submitted.
Man, they really treating us like animals doing this, though. They really treat you doing that like you animals. Like, you can't be rehabilitated, you can't this and that. But I understand people do go through a mental phase of, like, you know, it is true. Going through mental phases, and depending on how you raised, you do live that fast life, and certain people you're around, like, yeah. But some stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing, don't do it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you like 15, 16, 17, you watch this, bruh, if you know for a fact and you just trying to be cool, like, get that lame shit up out of here. Like, don't do shit just trying to be cool. If you know that a situation that can harm you for the rest of your life, and your friends telling you to do this and do that, man, get the fuck on. Don't do none of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Cause simply one thing can lead to another, and then you will be so mad, and you will keep on going down that road, and then you be like, damn, it happened to me. Like, yes, you in the system now. Like, don't do it. Keep your mind clean, keep your spirit clean and your soul clean, and you'll be good. All the things you want to do in life and have fun is it's gonna come. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, it's life. You ain't gotta live fast just because everybody else are trying to be cool. Like, real life, for real. Like, just wait your turn, chill, vibe out, wait your turn, stack your money, build brick by brick, and everything gonna fall in place, bro.
her report the day before the EJJ panel did. The EJJ panel knew that the state forensic psychologist had recommended adult. They never reconvened. They never got into a room, never came together and said, let's look at this now. 2 people lost their lives.
Right.
This isn't a vandalism. 2 people were murdered. Harrison, Dakota County Corrections does not like me. Does not, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But they came back to me time and time again. I have it in writing. They were only required to do a summary. And I said, Dalton and Taylor deserved more than a summary. They lost their lives. You people need to fight for them and to make changes. So that is another change that Dakota County did make. Once they've pulled together the state forensic psychologist, they reconvene as a team to discuss the results and why they came up with what they did. Now, again, I don't know how I follow that. I don't know how I track it. You know, they put it on a piece of paper and they said, these are our new policies. Right. I did ask them also why they don't post that on their website. They said they're not required.
That's crazy. They changed the whole policy because of them. That's crazy. They, what just happened? Some dude, some Muslim prisoner. He was black. He just got killed for no reason. For no reason. And they didn't change nothing. I don't know if people still fighting for that case or that case, but they ain't changed nothing. They ain't changed nothing. Well,
you know, maybe if they would have done some of the stuff, they wouldn't have had me, you know, where I was a thorn in their side for months. Judge Carter, I mean, this was like the last thing he stamped on and he retired. And I get it, even if the EJJ panel would have said adult and the state forensic psychologist said adult, Carter could have said juvenile. At the end of the day, it is up to him. But, you know, how could he have gone against 2? He did not take into consideration anything that state forensic psychologist did. He honestly, we think, Harrison, he made his decision before he even got all the details. That's how we feel.
What other changes are you hoping that the state will be making?
He did go down and spend 9 months in Red Wing. Well, 8 months.
Red Wing is the juvenile correctional facility that Leon was admitted to for rehabilitation.
I ended up getting a hold of Red Wing too, and I said, I want to know what type of a program you have in Red Wing to process or rehabilitate a juvenile versus somebody that's down there for theft or, you know, anything that you would end up at Red Wing for. And that is the only facility in the state of Minnesota for these juveniles that commit these higher crimes that if they were an adult, it would be a prison sentence. Well, we really don't have a different program. And I said, so you're telling me Leon is down there getting the same classes as somebody is down there for theft. They don't have any extra programs that they provided to Leon, the same counseling, everything. When I had gotten a hold of JSD in Hastings, I said, what does Leon's day-to-day look like? You know, he was taking class, he finally did get his diploma. So, because he was a super senior, he hadn't graduated yet, but he was getting.
Why are you checking on somebody else's kid? She trying to make that boy go to hell. Okay.
You know, and been let go, and sometimes it's just one person.
But nah, that's their parents, so I understand why she doing all of that. That's understandable. Cause who wouldn't go hard for their kids like that got into a car crash or whatever the case may be? Well, shout out, you know, ain't no shout out. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You know, the moment she realized she murdered 2 people, her and her brother went to jail for speeding. So I advise y'all in this video, don't be speeding. Even if y'all have alcohol or weed, whatever the case may be, try not to be off nothing while you driving. And I know y'all people don't be like, man, going with that positive. All right, go ahead. Don't say I ain't say so. But that's it for this video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Flashy Fluke. And don't forget to join the Discord. Don't forget to join the Discord, because we still got a lot of stuff going on. We got to make that chat room big. So it's going to be in the bio. Join the Discord, and we're going to be chopping it up with brands and everything, semi-funny videos, and it don't matter. But we on to this next video, y'all. Go watch the next video. And we out. Peace.